Hello, I'm Annie Merry. I'm Chief Executive Officer for Faiths4Change, an environmental charity working across the northwest of England, engaging with faith and geographical communities on all things environmental and sustainable. Faiths4Change have been working with the Environment Agency on flood risk awareness in diverse communities for a number of years. Earlier this year, we were really pleased to be working in Rochdale, Oldham, Bury and Bolton, actively out and about, raising awareness about flood risk while actually cleaning up the land and the waterways and reducing waste in waterways. We've been working in those four areas. We worked with faith communities, predominantly mosques, and through the mosques working with the local community to raise awareness about waste management primarily and its relationship to reducing flood risk in particularly built up urban areas.
My name is Paul Adair and I'm a Vincentian volunteer at Faiths4Change. After each clean-up we would go for a meal and they were always organised by the local mosque. We'd go back, share some food together, everyone would have some rice, some naan, some dal, all quite delicious I might add. And we would kind of just sit, break bread, chat about kind of everyday stuff, our families, the area, the neighbourhood. People would see that perhaps these kind of things brought them together. They all shared a common pride in their neighbourhood, all wanted to work together, kind of see the streets cleaner.
My name's Colin Lectrot. I work for the operations part of the Environment Agency. Faiths4Change have been critical in actually getting our message across to certain communities across my catchment and wider. Also the work we've done with the Lancashire and Rochdale Council of Mosques has been very, very important in Bolton, Bury, Rochdale and Oldham, where we've been able to work with those communities and actually get the message across about how litter, how dumping rubbish, how doing other things like that can actually contribute to flood risk in their own communities.
It's important. It's not just about personal hygiene, but the environment that you're living in. We need to take care of it. We're not going to be living on another planet, so we need to make sure that we take care and look after it and love where you live.
My name's Sarah Parkinson. I work for the National Flood Forum, which is a charity that helps represent and support flood affected communities. And I've been working with Rochdale Borough Council on a DEFRA funded Pathfinder scheme. Rochdale was lucky enough to be awarded the project as one of the 13 across the country, and that was to raise flood awareness and make communities more flood resilient in flood risk areas. It's not an easy process. Every community is different and there's often harder to reach sectors, but what we're trying to do is empower communities to be more flood resilient and take some of the ownership of the flood risk that can affect them in the area. As part of the Pathfinder, we also wanted to make people aware of how they actually impact on the flood risk as well. So not only do we have to worry about the weather conditions, etc., but we can actually, unfortunately, increase the flood risk in the area by the amount of rubbish that can end up in watercourses and drains and sewers. So we're trying to make people aware of what they actually put down their drains and make sure that they don't put things down the drain that shouldn't be going down. This includes fats and oils especially, as we have a lot of takeaways in the area. But also there is a problem with fly tipping, and the Environment Agency obviously help monitor these areas, but it is important that that rubbish doesn't end up in there in the first place.
Hi, my name is Mohammed Ali Amla. I'm project manager for Faiths4Change on the Environment Agency project. We ended up having over 100 people filling out our questionnaires. We also had a number of people attend our various clean-up events around Greater Manchester. So, for example, in Bury, we had over 45 people attend. In Bolton, we had over 6 tons of rubbish collected. And that was a huge amount of rubbish to have collected, and that's actually mitigated flood risk in that area. And the primary aim of organising these litter picks, in partnership with the Environment Agency and local communities, was to raise the profile of the project, to make people aware, and it's created a huge knock-on effect because the project has had media interest as well as huge amounts of social media coverage.